Hello and welcome back to part 2 of the series. This is Michael, your underwater archaeologist, and we are talking about these strange lines found down in the Gulf of California. So this is a better rendering I attempted from the drawing on part 1, and you can see it's a little more clean and accurate. I'll go ahead and show you the original without the drawings here. This is what's down at the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico, and we can see the approximate location here down at the bottom. We're at 26 degrees, 34 minutes north by 110 degrees, 22 minutes west. And this is the original without the lines, and you can see I attempted to do the best I could to render what it looks like. Of course, the curved spots I tried to approximate with small straight lines, and we remember from our calculus we should be able to make any rendering of a curve with an infinite number of small straight lines, but I didn't do too well. Fortunately, I did better in calculus than I did with these renderings here, but you get the idea of kind of what these look like. And it's not perfect because these lines right here in between, these little small lines here, they should not exist. If we look at the original here without the lines, we can see that those parallel lines had been obliterated by whatever this is, a mound or a trench, and the same over here, those parallel lines had been obliterated. So when you look at the rendering here, you can see that I haven't yet cleaned this up, and that line shouldn't be there, and that line shouldn't be there. Otherwise, it's a pretty fair rendering of what we have down at the bottom of the what was once the Sea of Cortez. And so I noticed some things. I looked at it 3D, and I've got to do more work on that before I show that. But I also noticed that here at the tip of the pyramid, we're at about 172 meters of depth, which is actually pretty shallow, given that we go down here the other end of the hypotenuse, and we're already at 1,435 meters. So we've got quite a steep slope there in a matter of, it's 52 miles here, just over 52 miles. I believe it actually works out to 52.8 miles. But we've got quite a gradient there to get down to that depth of 1,455 meters, 5,000, near 5,000 feet. And so this entire thing is pretty much on the side of a hill or a slope or a landslide of some proportions, because it sort of levels off down here. Still goes down to, well, doesn't really level off too much. We're down at 1,500. I just had a reading of 2,000. 2,000? Come here. Right there, I guess it's a trench, just over 2,000 meters deep, right there, which is interesting, sort of the tip of that line that doesn't seem to go anywhere. But anyway, we can see we're at 1,600 meters here and 1,500. Now these lines, these long parallel lines, we have a depth here at this point of about 528, 530 meters of depth. And this line, which is incidentally 77 miles long, we get down to a depth here of 1,552 meters. And so this is true for each one of these lines next to it. It starts out at a relatively shallow depth and then sort of plunges down in a really nice straight parallel fashion for 70 odd miles down to a depth of 5,000 feet or so. So this is interesting. You can see there's other strange features here. At this point here, we're at 1468 with this line here. And there's not too much difference in these. These are a little bit shallower. This actually in 3D, this looks to be a mound of some kind, or this is a mound. Hard to tell. Even in 3D, it's kind of confusing. But I'll try to do better with the 3D version next time. But anyway, as always, if anybody has any idea what this could possibly be, it would be it would really be appreciated in the comments. And if anybody has any idea of how this sort of thing could wind up down at the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico, several thousand feet underwater, I would be fascinated to hear that also. Oh, one last thing. This line right here, it looks like that line exactly bisects the hypotenuse, 26 miles in each direction, something of that nature. It was a crude measurement I did just recently, but I think that is the measurement. Anyway, take care, and I'll be doing part 3, a 3D version of this soon. Bye.